tau tua ma le au nanga le maut tau Samoa service station nei tona I matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta vale ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga ese ese. Ai le ngata foi le ma tau te sia ke ina fo ila ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow mau lau tapan. Apa itu yang vai pa olosa? Awalnya telepon, matu te siapa lah yang voice mau lau tapan. Molo no posila fia. Mua tapela lau tapan le pea ut. Lua tapela lau telefon ni tai me ut ina lau tapan. Male vaenga mulu. Mana tua fo e matua I fasa ina lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga fa pe Ota Samoa ore mota mo Samoa ma te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa aftaile fia mai we'll see you again God bless.
Voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili ole tau. Ole la fo me ole pepa tala oloa. Ona fa ngale fa tau I oloa e nga mo ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ele sa so fu tau ele sia sa.
Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana fa tau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Sai mo le talo pa voucher. O mo ele a posicio se o fine. So se para loa fa ngo fie. A me se le fer wa I ma le telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo la fo merkes ona ino do tamao re ainga.
Pa te tu la vale tal pa voucher mo le foi au nang fo pa tai. Ma lu la le tam pai.
Pa tai talo pa voucher. Teki talo pa voucher.
Malo elele and a warm Pacific greetings to all of our viewers who are tuning in today. Yes, Claudia and I have a very, very exciting show for you today. But before we get into it, a massive happy Tongan Language Week. If you are kind of humming and hurrying about learning the phrases, don't worry, myself and Claudia are still trying to learn the phrases. Saipe. How are you? How are our viewers today? And how are our fathers today? Look, Claudia, how have you been today?
Oh, it's a fantastic Monday and it was a fantastic weekend celebrating all our fathers, my father in particular as well. We had a beautiful day yesterday, just out in the backyard, had some beers, had some food, put in some good Latin music. So it was a really good weekend for us. How was your weekend?
Look, same here. It was an awesome weekend. We had the awesome Vaitola celebrations come through with a few gifts, and Aroma Creations as well, who gifted us a few ula loles for our fathers here at our residence here in Manurewa. So it's been an awesome, awesome Father's Day weekend. So again, happy Father's Day to all of our fathers. even to our mothers who play that role. And also a massive, massive thank you to our wonderful sponsors who continue to show love and support for our Blue TV team for sponsoring this platform so it can enable our people to share their journeys and to inspire the hearts and soul of our people here in Aotearoa and around the globe.
Definitely. And talking about Father's Day, guys, remember today is the last day of our Father's Day competition. And oh my God, we've had so many amazing entries and so many family members and friends of these entries actually going ahead to our page and liking them. I think one even got just under 400 likes, I think. That's a whole entire village of people. So well done. The two winners will be announced later today. So you still have time to get everyone to go ahead to the Blue TV Facebook page and hit like and share and do your thing.
Do your thing, guys. That's right. This afternoon, this evening, all of our hosts from Blue TV will be will be joining Asiata this afternoon on his show to announce the winner for our Blue TV Father's Day giveaway. Sunday, Father's Day. Let's go.
Yes, and after the break, we have two amazing guests. They're honestly so hilarious. I'm going to do a short little bio of one of the first guests. Bun, he is the owner of the family business Satay Noodle House in Papakura. Now, his family arrived in New Zealand in 1980 with $0, guys, and zero English. His parents worked 2 jobs and saved every cent to open a restaurant in the year 2000. He is raised in South Auckland, so he has a real passion for the people and community here, which is amazing. And since his parents retired in 2017, he's managed to use social media to boost awareness and grow the business 3 times and quadrupled daily turnover and tripled weekly turnover. Guys, that is a huge accomplishment. And he loves using his platforms to spread positivity and give back to his community where he can. He has also featured on the Project NZ radio interviews on Flavor and My FM and has guest featured on numerous podcasts, including ours today. And he has recently landed an influencer paid gig for KFC New Zealand relaunch of the famous Double Down Burger campaign. That is a pretty amazing bio, guys.
Man, that's pretty impressive, and I cannot believe that we have him on the show. I'm pretty blown away. And I will be doing a quick read over for Sivi. Sivi Mano. Sivi Mano is the owner of Bouncy Bellies, Samoan, born and adopted at 10 years old by a family and made the trip to Auckland and never looked back. Raised in Dawson and finished high school in Papatoi. When I left school, I went off to do a building apprenticeship. A couple of years ago, I decided to start a bouncy castle business, and I had no inheritance and no business background. No one in my family had owned a business before I did. It was a big step into the unknown. It's something I want to learn more about and pass it on to my family. So Sivi is the proud owner of Bouncy Bellies and Bellies. And look, it's an honor and a privilege to have them both here. 2 different backgrounds, obviously. But I think myself and Claudia decided that we would pick the 2 businesses today that impact our Pasifika community a lot, right? We all love food, and food is life. Satay Noodle House is a very popular location in the heart of Papakura. And then we have Sivi, who always brings so much joy to our family events, to family birthday parties, to any family gathering, to church events. And this is massive in our Pacific community. So what? Today, we thought that we would combine the 2 and check out how they are. So before we bring them on to our second segment, please make sure, do not go away, because Claudia and I have managed to mix up the questions a little bit with a twist to ask the boys how they're doing during a lockdown. But going back on Tongan Language Week, for all of your resources, you can find everything that you need to help celebrate and acknowledge our Tongan community this week and for the rest of the year on the Ministry of Pacifica People page. So please head over there. There'll be live videos, live footage, and don't worry, Lorenzo from our Health Talanoa show will also be posting up videos of our team attempting to learn and acknowledge, celebrate this awesome Tongan Language Week. But let's not even go any further because I'm excited to interview the boys today on our show, Claudia.
Let's get into it. They'll be on the show with us after this short break.
Stay tuned, guys.
O le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, a o tapuni ai ofisa mo le whaava yaso. Whaonga nei lolna wa unanga forward ta ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa o membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua i whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni matua account, o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga i Samoa. E ia inga i tahu na whaamalia mo nisi whaamatalanga i le nei au nanga fo. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono, po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa i le valu tolu o.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūlanga pitusili o le tāu. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. O na whaanga le whaatau i o loa e au ngā mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai e le sa sunga fua tau e le sia sa.
Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaatau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo voucher ua maua le apasusi o se wa fine. So se paro loa whaingo fie, a me se le te wherua i mana o telefoni, tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash, o na inu e lor tamā o le ainga.
Ia whaatea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaatai. Ngā lua lava le taumpai.
Tai talo voucher.
Teki talo for voucher.
Again.
Malai and welcome back again. A happy Tongan Language Week. That's right. Everyone has been waiting for the boys today on BluTable Talanoa Podcast with Pea and Claudia. Today we have the awesome two guests. We've got Bun and we've got Sivi here joining the girls today. So a massive talofa lava to you both. How are you both? We'll start with you, Bun. How are you?
All good. Thanks for having me on. Thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate your time. But yeah, we're getting through as best as we can.
Yeah. And Sivi, how are you doing?
I mean, with someone who's a business owner, like Bun, you work 7 days a week, and when you get COVID lockdown, you just want to go on a holiday. So I'm making the most of this whole month of doing nothing.
Oh,
Nice.
You know, I love the positivity with you both. I seriously do. I know that we wasted a little bit of Bun's time during the break. He actually thought we were already live, but we're not. This is live now. But let's get straight into it because I'm sure everyone wants to know what the twist is with Pea and Claudia today. Bun, we'll start with you. Obviously, we want you to introduce yourself today, but we thought we'd do it with a little bit of a twist.
Cool.
If you looked at your menu, which dish would you say best represents you and why?
Ooh, noodles because they're skinny. Nah, I'll go. That's a good question. I've never been asked that before.
Hey, look, you know, a Monday, positive vibes. We thought we'll change it up a bit. We're just so tired of the generic.
I like it.
How are you today? Ready, Sivi?
We'll go, I'll say Cambodian curry because I'm Cambodian, and then, yeah, at times I can be a little bit spicy. So let's just we'll leave it with that.
I love that, Bun. Now, Sivi, we're going to ask you the same question. Out of all the bouncy castles that you've rented out, which one would you say best represents you and why?
That's an interesting question. God, you guys put me in a hard spot.
We were actually quite proud of these questions, don't know why.
You have a range of bouncy castles. This is the moment where you sell your product to our online platform people that are watching.
Oh, jeez. I would say the Spider-Man, because it represents someone who saves people but don't know who the actual character is. Meaning, you could be saving someone's sanity by doing like funny stuff on internet, but don't actually know the reason why you're doing it. So I would say the Spider-Man.
I like it. You know, also when I think of Spider-Man, I think of that upside down kiss they do in that one scene. Is that something you've done before, Sivi?
Oh, jeez, I wish. I haven't been that romantic, so I haven't done it before.
I'm just laughing at that. Bun, did you want to try and sell your curry dish, your Cambodian curry dish with?
I'm a terrible seller, so I won't even try. Nah, I'm not a. Sorry, I'm not a. Maybe after a couple of drinks I might, but nah, I'm a terrible salesman.
I just, myself and Claudia thought today, you know what? We are so tired of the generic questions and how, the questions everyone has been asking. And obviously we're all familiar, we're in week 3 now, and we are tired of the same answers, right, Claudia? I'm this, I'm that, and the emotions are coming through. But we thought we would use your products and services so that you can explain to us exactly that. And I love the answers, actually. I love Sivi's one is actually quite interesting for me. What about you, Claudia? Which one do you think is...
It went deep.
I'm not going to play favorites there, okay?
That was pretty deep. Sivi, are you okay?
I'm doing fine. I was thrown off when Claudia asked us, like, have you ever experienced the upside down kiss like Spider-Man has?
I haven't. Not yet, maybe. I'm not sure.
We just loved it. We knew that you both would bring so much laughter and vibe on the show today. I seriously just cannot believe we're comparing your products and services to what it is everyday life is like for you both. But let's keep the questions rolling. Let's get into the serious ones. Sivi, we'll start with Sivi actually. How has lockdown affected you?
I would say this is probably the best one so far. The last 4 have been horrible. I said the food one last year, they kind of threw me off. Well, this one's been awesome. But I mean, if the government's going to pay you to stay at home for 4 weeks, why not? Everyone else is doing it.
Thanks.
But I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Like, eat, sleep.
Yeah. Eat, sleep, and comparing yourself to your Spider-Man bouncy castle. I love it. And Bun, what about you? How has lockdown affected you?
Like Sue was saying, if they didn't pay us, man, it'll be a different story. Then things will get scary. But like I was saying in the warm-ups, as long as your financials are sorted, like you get your subsidy and stuff like that, and obviously you can get by paying your mortgage or whatever payments you got to pay, then it becomes almost a holiday or an escape kind of from reality. So a good chance just to like recenter, just look at your life like objectively, almost to look at where you're at and then where you want to go to once you do have the opportunity back to get back into it. So just trying to maximize, just use the time positively and productively, I would say. Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask this question to the both of you guys as well. I'll start with you, Sivi, first, but there has been a common consensus that after 2 weeks of being in lockdown, people kind of start feeling a little bit crazy or restless. And then that's when the weird dreams start kicking in, right? So have you guys had any weird dreams? And if you have, what was it? Sivi, we'll start with you first. Because I know I've had really weird dreams. Like yesterday, I dreamed that I had a Porsche and someone stole it from my house. Don't know where that came from, but yeah.
That's a cool dream, Claudia.
Not when you get your Porsche stolen, though, I guess. But
you got to be careful with your valuables, apparently. Because I dreamed of things getting stolen, and
Really?
yeah, I research it, and yeah,
Oh,
there's a meaning behind it. Yeah.
Good point. Good point. Huh.
Oh wow. Have I had dreams? Yeah, I've had some pretty cool dreams. I'll probably say like more around family and stuff. Just real cool. Just some stuff I've been praying about and dreaming about for a long time. Just becomes refreshing.
Nice.
Yeah, and it hasn't been very materialistic dreams too. Just been like real good personal dreams of that been pursuing for a little bit, and it's been pretty refreshing. So yeah.
Nice.
Good question.
Nice. What about you, Bun?
I think myself and Claudia have been sharing a lot to make sure that we're okay. So that 2-week mark did come around quite fast. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool question as well, Claudia. Yeah, love that. Love your work.
For me, is it cabin fever where you feel like you're getting cooped in? Is that what it is?
That's the word,
yeah, I don't really get that. So
but you guys are just so like well-rounded and very positive.
Lockdown's cool. Like Sivi was saying, if they just keep those subsidies going, hey, we'll stay in for a few more weeks if you want. So it's honestly a good time. Again, back to us doing, we do long hours. Probably hospo's crazy too, so I'm on for like 10, 12, 14 hour days. So shit, if you're gonna pay me to escape that for a little bit, man, and I just got to stay home, hey, sign me up. Respectfully though, because I know I jump on here, I talk on content, I talk on social and stuff like that, and I got to just be wary of how everyone else is going through it, because we're all affected differently. So some can look at me like parading or stuff like that and just be like, oh man, what a douche or stuff like that. But hey, I can only speak about what I'm experiencing and what I'm going through. But yeah, so far it's okay.
Love it.
Yeah, and look, I love it, and that's why we were myself and Claudia were drawn to you both, and we gravitated both to your pages because you showed so much positive vibes, especially as business owners. We know it's a real rough time for you financially. I know for yourself, Bun, myself and Claudia were actually discussing a little bit about it. You actually posted up your outgoing expenses, which isn't actually a normal thing for a business to do. And I actually found that quite interesting as well. So thank you to you both for bringing that positive vibe. We know it's difficult. And that does bring me to my next question for you both. We'll start with Bun. What has been your biggest challenges during lockdown for your business?
First, I think the initial one is like, damn, like wastage. It's just like, damn, this is gonna so for like all the fresh like veggies and stuff like that, it's like that was like the first kind of, oh man, like that stink. So we just got to find places for those to go, friends and family. And then I just did I think it was the night before, I just gave out meals because I made a bunch. I think it was a Tuesday, right? We went into lockdown on the Wednesday. So on Tuesday, I'm in there doing prep. And I had made like big batches that we would sell during the week. And I was like, oh, stuff it. Like, I just put it on social and I just gave it away for free to people that came through. And then like the first people who would message me, I just gave out meals for free. It's just like a last little token of like, of just giving. So yeah, I just doing that. Biggest challenges, probably because I know that the bills will come in. So like, what are we now? Early September. So yeah, the bills will come in that will need to be paid by 20th of this month. And so that's hard because we're only going off the first 2 weeks of August, I think. And so yeah, we've gone now 3 weeks and heading into our fourth of like zero income. So yeah, it'll be tough times when it's time to pay those and you haven't had any money coming in.
How far in advance do you have to place your orders for all your veggies and ingredients?
In terms of fresh stuff like veggies, that's easy. That's like on the day or day before. But then other stock, maybe weekly.
Okay. I just didn't know that before. I haven't never worked in hospital, so I just find that very interesting.
Yeah. And Sivi, what about for yourself?
The biggest thing is outgoings too, like Bun said. And it's just the uncertainty. It's like, how long are we going to sit here for and do nothing? Level 3 and level 4 are pretty much the same for us.
Yeah.
Not a lot goes out in level 3, so it's just outgoings and uncertainty on how long we stay here for, really.
Gotcha. Now, the following 2 questions might be a little bit cheesy because we actually put a lot of thought into this. We were actually quite proud of them, but I'm reading them now and I'm like, do I really want to ask these questions?
Ask them.
But Sivi, we're gonna go with you first. How are you gonna bounce yourself out of this lockdown?
That's very cheesy. You sound like a news reporter sometimes.
I gave you the warning.
I like that. I like that.
Wait until you get yours, Bun. But yes, Sivi, how are you going to bounce yourself out of this lockdown?
How we're going to bounce back? It's just rocking into level 3, level 2, and level 1 with a lot of enthusiasm, just good energy, and giving people the right energy that we're going to be okay. Has always been something that I wanted to master in the last couple of years, is walking into a room filled with stressed parents and things not in the right place at the right time. It's become a skill that I want to kind of enhance and become real good at, is making the room feel a lot better than what it actually looks like. And so I think it's just walking into the rest of the year with a lot of enthusiasm and making people feel okay when it looks like it's not okay. That's how I'm going to bounce back.
That's awesome.
So you're going to bounce back like Spider-Man, right? I love it. And like, again, it is, we just thought it would be a little bit fun today because, we've seen it time and time again, the struggles, the stress that this COVID lockdown has, or this pandemic has, affected us. In all honesty, humor has kind of got us through, and we love it. We love that as business owners. But this one's going to be for you, Bun. Please. I don't know if I did try to check out your menu and to see if you serve this up, but let's give it a go. Bun. It's safe to say you must be feeling a bit fried right now. How the duck are you going to get out of this one? You serve duck.
How in the duck? I thought you said duck. I thought you meant duck. Oh,
No,
okay.
duck.
I actually don't do duck, but I love roast duck. Oh shoot, that's funny. What's the question?
What was it? Sunday? I'm sorry. Father's Day. Sorry. We'll go back. No, we're just for a little giggle.
How are we going to get out of it?
It's safe to say, it's safe to say that you must be feeling a bit fried right now. How the duck are you going to get out of this one?
Okay. I think just because it's not our first time coming out of a lockdown, so we kind of know how things go. But level 3, we actually do all right in level 3. And I know a lot of other food outlets really struggle in level 3 because essentially, everyone's still meant to be locked up at home. You're not really meant to be driving the streets and, checking out where you can eat and stuff like that. So we operate on a click and collect, meaning that everyone that comes in, they should have already ordered their food. So it means that we don't have crowds outside the doors and stuff like that. But I just think all the stuff that we do during lockdown, just giving value in social and stuff like that, just helps us when we do get to open our doors back up. You just try to get to the top of everyone's mind, and so when it does when the time comes where they can support, hopefully they just come through and show love. So we're hoping that it'll be the same case.
Now, Bun, you have recently landed an influencer paid gig for KFC, which is probably everyone's dream. Tell us a little bit about that.
Facts that it is. As a kid, that's all I ever wanted in life.
Do you
Is that why you dyed your hair white?
and
What was that?
Is that why you dyed your head white?
Yeah, to be like Colonel
Sanders? So do you get an unlimited supply of KFC with that gig?
I wish. No, I still got to pay for KFC. It was free on the day. But sorry, the original question was.
Tell us a little bit about that gig and what it entails.
Cool. So it was just a cold email. They just said they're doing a campaign to reintroduce the Double Down, which is coming back. It was like 10-year anniversary or something like that. It was one of 5 influencers. I don't really like the word, but it was one of 5 chosen. And yeah, they just said, we're wanting to do this. You're going to come in. You get to create your own Double Down, your own ingredients, whatever, and you're going to make it. We're just going to shoot content like photography, videos and stuff like that, and they'll put it to their channels. So yeah, it was just a campaign really. And they said, yeah, do you want to be a part of it? It's paid and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, say less.
Say no more. But we have seen some negative comments coming from people saying that it's going to be bad for your personal business, Satay Noodle House. How do you respond to those comments?
I think I put something out like, because yeah, some people said, man, why are you talking about KFC so much? Like you're a noodle house and stuff like that. It's like conflict of interest and stuff like that. Man, first and foremost, like I love KFC, and
does it?
I think I'm still allowed, even though my bread and butter is selling noodles. You know, like at the end of the day, I'm a human first. So yeah, the human likes fried chicken, and I think that's okay. So I think I put something out saying, if you think me talking about KFC too much is bad for business, you're playing checkers, not chess. So I put that out. And then KFC actually hit me up the next day, and I was like, oh man, I'm in trouble or something. But they were like, hey, I actually really like the post that you did yesterday. We've got this idea now. What do you think of the Colonel coming in? You're going to do another video shoot with the Colonel. He's going to be eating your noodles. He can wear your merch. And you just do a photo shoot with him. Yeah, no shit. Oh,
so cool.
Yeah, he did that, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. So
it turned out to be very good for your business then.
Yes, yeah. So I think that's just a lesson in just being yourself, or just not being afraid to speak your mind and just being authentically you. At the end of the day, yeah, the truth is the truth, really.
No, I think Claudia will agree with myself. Martin right now must be very, very upset, because I think he is #1 KFC fan. And I think he's probably sitting there going, actually, I should be the KFC influencer or someone to but I think that's awesome. I think that it's awesome that you own your business and that you are still able to promote, because it's just given me, I know that before in the past that I've spoken to Sivi about it, because I have had Sivi as a special guest earlier on in the year, where we actually agreed that there is room for, to promote other businesses, that there's actually no threat in doing what you do, like you love and you're passionate about. And I think that people will find that eventually people will just gravitate to what's more positive and that vibe. And it's the world has changed and the approach has changed as well. So, I love that you've gone with your heart on this one. So
I think it's just back to that. It's just like scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset. There's just an abundance for everyone. You promoting someone else is not gonna, it's not gonna leave you in a lurch or anything like that. It's just, it's just a different change in mindset.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna say that I'm sure everyone has their funny or gross go-to work story that they share at like every party or gathering. Sivi, what would that one story be for you?
It was our second year party for a company last year, and so we invited the whole public out. We set up at Otara, all our bouncy castles were set up, and so a message went out to one of my brothers, and then my brother went to my dad to pass the message on, and then he passed it on to someone else, and then the message came to me, and the message is that there's a whole bunch of poo down one of our slides. One of the kids let loose on one of our slides and overflowed his nappy. And so, I've got my whole family there. Really appreciate it.
Wait, was it wet? Was it?
I mean, poo's poo. It was wet.
Yes.
And so, so you being the boss and organizing everything, no one really wanted to clean it. And so I had to get my hands dirty and clean up a couple of castles that day.
I love how you put that, though. You had to clean up a couple of castles that day.
Yeah. One kid dragged it to the other.
That's so bad. But Bun, what would your one story be?
Bad work story.
Funny or gross, your go-to work story?
I don't know, top of my head, Nah, sorry, we'll leave it with that poo story. I think that was a good one.
that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, that takes the cake. Sorry.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, Sivi.
Yeah, look, Sivi, we know the industry is quite tough for you with the kids, so I just didn't even think about you experiencing something so traumatic. But look, Sivi, I'm sure all of our viewers are probably wondering why bouncy castles, a young Samoan man like yourself, why bouncy castles? And I'll be honest, I think we're familiar with someone else turning up with a bouncy castle. But why? Can you just remind our viewers why?
I wanted to do bouncy castle because I was lazy.
I love the honesty.
Yeah, I wanted to hire 2 bouncy castles out on the Saturday. It takes about 2 hours, so an hour to set up, an hour to pack down. That's 2 hours, and that'll make my 8 hours wage as a builder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if there's room or an area where you can make 8 hours wage as a builder, and 2 hours doing bouncy castles, then why not? Yeah, and it's a really good reminder of why I started while we're in lockdown. Get paid while staying at home. So laziness.
And you know what, it's probably the one of the hardest things as well, to be honest, because I've seen you in your element, and the work is far out. Like, you have to pack everything in, unload, set up, and then after you set up, you have to make sure that the customer's happy, leave, and then you have to actually make sure that you are on time to some of these events. So I don't know where laziness plays in that, but I think you're so wrong on so many levels. Do you regret it?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. I love it, I love it.
Look, I know that we've still got a little bit of time, so I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to go back, because normally we do ask questions at the beginning, just to give us a little bit of an insight about your journey. And I know Claudia and I gave a little bit of a bio for you both, but while we've got a little bit of time up our sleeves, I'll start with you, Bun, because I've actually been doing so much research as well for your business, and I absolutely love your story. Can you share a little bit about your journey? Because I know normally we do it at the beginning, but I thought, Claudia and I just wanted to have a little bit of fun today on the show. But can you share for all of our viewers who have tuned in, you're a very popular location in Papakura, but can you share a little bit about your journey and how the Satay Noodle House came about?
Okay, so mum and dad, I'll start all the way from the top. But mum and dad migrated here in like 1980. They went through Khmer Rouge, which is like a national genocide, where they kill off like millions of Cambodians, and so they survived the wars through there. It was like 5 years of life or death. But anyway, jumped around refugee camps, came to New Zealand with no English, no money, 3 kids. And yeah, it was basically like, okay, yeah, heaps of opportunities, but, get to work then. So, saved up for 20 years, worked like 2 jobs each, raising kids and stuff like that. I was born somewhere along the way. They opened the shop in 2000, Satay Noodle House. And then I took over in 2011. But I still ran it with just me and my dad. So it was just me and him that ran it from 2011 to 2017, and that's when he retired. So since 2017, yeah, I've been able to kind of make it my own or have full freedom in it. And since then, yeah, it's been very liberating. It's given me an opportunity to just give back to like our regulars, our community. And yeah, it's just grown and gone from strength to strength in the last kind of 2-3 years. So yeah, it's been amazing, but yeah, their whole foundational journey to get to the country, even let alone, open the business stuff, just allows me to live with a lot of gratitude and perspective. And that's just how I navigate the day to day. And yeah, I think once you get into that space of just being grateful and just having perspective, man, like it's a game changer in anything you go through, like whether it's COVID, level 4s, lockdown, stuff like that. It's just, it can always be worse. And so, yeah, it just makes life that little bit easier. Obviously we have our struggles, but, it's not dodging bombs or knife point, gun point, stuff like that. So, yeah, it makes life a bit easier to navigate.
Yeah, I really love that, and it is. I've read parts of your story, and I also read, I think your mum as well shared that I think at one point she had to sedate one of her kids. I think, so that she could cross the borders, so she could safely get her family here into New Zealand for a better life. And and I loved and I really wanted to share that, because I know a lot of our our Pasifika, not just our Pasifika community, but everyone who have in some way migrated here to New Zealand for a better life. You've shown that with that attitude and the mindset that you've changed, you've adjusted that so that you can live according to the past in a positive way. So I really love that, and I love that a mother's love as well. Man, she must have been so scared during that time, not being able to kind of like know what exactly is going to happen if she gives her child this in order for a better life. And now you've shown it, you are living proof that it does exist with that positive vibe. So thank you so much for that. Sivi, same with you. Can you give us a little, a short summary of, your journey as a business owner as well?
So, I come from a family who has no business background, and I didn't walk into this business with any inheritance. Born in the islands, came here when I was about 10, and then I lived in Dawson for a little bit, and then lived the rest of my high school years in Papakura. It's interesting. It's an interesting world, running a business, because you come from a world where you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you see that through your family and through your generations, all hard work and stuff. But then me stepping into owning a business, there's a whole lot of things that I got to learn myself, and it's a bit of a tricky one for brown men walking into it, because there's a lot of resources that we have out there, but are too afraid to use them or too afraid to search for them. So I'd say the last year during COVID would probably be the hardest year of my life. Just a lot of downs, a lot of ups, and just maintaining that. And so for me, this year has always been about looking after me, because without looking after me, it's more, then we can't really do the business. So yeah, walking into the business was an unknown world for me, and a lot to learn. And it's all about learning and passing on to the next lot of kids that want to come under us. So yeah, heaps of learning.
I love that. And guys, we've got a lot of comments coming through. We've got one from Becca that's saying, "Shot guys, all the best with both of your businesses." Mel saying, "Mad respect for yous both." Patrick from For the Boys podcast has tuned in, and this is a message for you, Bun. He says, "Jordan's allowed on the Range Rover's dash? ?
Jordan's. Nah.
There you go, Patrick. It's a hard no.
Hey, sorry, is this live? I didn't know that this was live. Where is it live?
Yes, It is.
Damn. My bad. I wanted to tune in.
You wanted to tune in and watch yourself. I tune in and watch myself every day. Cringe. No, it is. Sorry, Bun. I thought, yeah, I did mention it was live. It is a live stream Zoom session that we broadcast on BLU TV. So massive shout out once again. I thought I'd do a quick plug in. A massive shout out to our sponsors, Pacific Easy Money Transfer, Pacific 40, Maoto Samoa, Pacific Business Hub, Se Oriana, and of course, Sifi Ricks and the Blue Wave team. So quickly plug that in. But yes, it is live.
Yes, and talking about live, we have a question from one of our viewers, Hannah. I'll start with you, Sivi. Who is your favorite mindset / business influencer or influencers?
One that me and Bun probably have followed in the last couple of years would be Gary Vee. I don't follow him as much as I used to, but Gary Vee's always been a perspective person. I mean, you get lemonades and you get lemons thrown at you, and you make lemonades out of it. So it's really at the moment it's really all perspective on what we do with stuff that gets thrown at us. So that's probably the biggest one for me.
How about you, Bun?
Yeah, same brother. Gary Vee, he's my mentor, but he just doesn't know it. Also, straight up, like everything I do in there is just all Gary Vee principles, really. Also, Ice from YKTR, he puts a lot of value, and just the way that he navigates business too is, again, he's just rinse and repeat Gary Vee as well. So massive Gary Vee advocate.
Love it. Now, guys, we are gonna have to wrap up the show soon, but before we do, we have another fun question for you guys. If you could choose one superpower, what would it be and why? We'll start with you first, Bun. Or Sivi, whoever comes up with an answer first, because I see you guys are both thinking. Yeah. One superpower, what would it be and why?
Trying to think of something deep or something that would give value, but got nothing.
Something that can add value to your business.
Nah. Value to the audience.
Value to the audience. I'm trying to think if I've got one now too, Claudia.
You guys can answer too.
Why not? Well, while you're thinking of that answer, I'll throw in our last question so that you've got two things in your brain trying to focus.
Because I love multitasking.
But yeah, you must love it because of you business owners. The last question before we do sign off is, what are your final inspirational or comedian words for that you can share with our viewers? Sorry, that question was a little bit, but we'll go for the superpower one. I think I'll be invisible.
Hey, I was thinking that. Yeah, first thing into my head was invisible too. Why?
Why?
Good question.
Why?
Why, Pea?
Well, because then I can be invisible during some big government meetings, and then I can come out of those government meetings and add value to the show by asking the audience what they think of what's gone behind the scenes. This is a big, lengthy question, answer, but something along the lines like that. It's more so that I can gain more information from big government organizations so that it benefits our community.
See, my answer would be that I wish I could fly, just simply because of the freedom and the endless possibilities you can do with flying.
I like that.
Not very political answer. But what about you guys?
You go, bro.
My superpower would be hanging upside down.
All within the Spider-Man theme.
Yeah, that'll be me. Hanging upside down. Nah, it'll be reading people's minds. understanding what they want and what they need.
Yeah.
And without even them asking for it, they'll have it.
See, have you seen that movie, Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, where he can like read the minds of, there was some movie where the guy can read the minds of every single girl.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen that movie. Have you seen
What's
it?
it called?
What women want.
Yeah, I think it's
Yes.
that movie. Yeah.
Wow.
We'll talk about real life now.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
Was it a pun?
Bun actually had an interesting meme. I don't know if it was a meme or something that he shared on his stories about how Father's Day. What was that story that you shared about Father's Day? How
I might get a lot of hate for this one.
it was actually quite funny. It was actually really, really funny.
I say it respectfully though, like I don't mean to offend, but I was just saying, man, is Father's Day like the last kind of male-centric day that we have? Because like anniversaries, Valentine's Day is meant to be for like both, but it's not. It's like that's like straight for the girl, right? Like if we don't deliver on those days, their birthday, even our birthday is like hardly like a day these days too. Like if we ask for like too much on our birthday, like we're in trouble. So like we don't. Christmases is like for kids, for like the partner. But yeah, I think so. I just say, hey, Father's Day, man, it's your day. Just like enjoy it. Just milk it. Like, that's all.
You have a fair point, though. You do have a fair point.
Thank you.
And look, and I'm a female. I really should be standing up for the females. And Claudia said you have a fair point, and I think I do agree. I agree with you 100% on that one. That's why I felt it's hilarious. So don't worry, I come back. I understand.
Man, I was scared. I was about to log off.
But did you want to share your superpower or?
No, I'm good. Invisible is cool.
Yeah. Why?
You'll be able to see a lot of things, learn a lot of things. Yeah. That's
seeing a lot of things for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you seeing exactly?
You know, if you're invisible, then no one can see you, but you can see.
What do you want to see exactly?
Yeah. What do you want to see?
So like I could deliver food parcels to people, and they wouldn't know like who gave it. So you know, it'll be like, oh man, yeah, it'll be blessings, and I'll just be able to give blessings without
being acknowledged.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh, I love that. And I love that passionate heart of yours, making sure that you're giving back without getting that acknowledgement. Give with the heart, invisible heart. Guys, I know we are quickly going to wrap up, but the last questions, it's the obvious one. What are your final inspirational words, or some funny words that you can share with us as hosts and with our viewers today? We'll start with you, Sivi.
Can I do a dad joke?
Yes.
Okay, what?
Why did the chicken cross the road at the border of Auckland?
Why?
To get to level 3. Why did the chicken come back to Auckland?
Why?
Because KFC is closed at level 4.
Oh my God.
We've been talking a lot about KFC, and it was funny because I shared a photo. I don't know if you go onto my page, I shared a photo. It was actually a photo of puppies, brown puppies. I don't know what the breed is of these puppies, but they're all over this kind of grill thing. And I actually went back to the photo thinking it was KFC, when as a matter of fact, it was just little puppies scattered all over this, like, I think a vent thing in the middle of the street, and I couldn't help but share it because I thought it was hilarious. Well, I'm thinking about KFC right now.
Soon enough, one more week, I think.
One more week. But Sivi, well, what was your inspirational, or what were your final words for our show be today?
Just have a good time. Have a good time and enjoy down times, really. And that's all I have.
Bun?
Tough one, but hey, just stay grateful. Stay grateful, everyone. There's lots of things to be grateful for, and you start cultivating, the little things, and that'll hopefully take care of everything else. But just stay grateful and try to maintain a bit of perspective as you navigate through life.
Love it. Look, myself and Claudia, I know I'll let Claudia finish off, but myself and Claudia had so much fun. It's been an absolute honor and privilege to have you both on our show, and I'm actually really, really blown away from what you have both shared, and I'm so grateful that we were able to be a little bit playful today with our questions to bring that vibe on our show for Monday on BluTable Toronto. But Claudia, did you have any final words to share that you wanted to share with the boys, or?
No, pretty much just what you said, but thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. I will say that our cheesy puns actually kind of made a positive impression on the viewers, because we got a few people saying, great bounce back, guys. And so I think we might keep up with the cheesy pun questions, maybe. I don't know.
Well, you know why? It was just a fun way, and I was just thinking, what are your thoughts, boys? What did you think of the pun or the way that we asked the questions today? Honest feedback, please.
Very creative.
Yeah.
Amazing. But thank you so much, guys. And for all our viewers, just a friendly reminder that we are now available on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, and YouTube. So you have all those platforms to catch us on. And honestly, guys, thank you so much. And it was a great way to start the week with all the positive motivation. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you once again to all of our awesome sponsors. Please don't forget, you can celebrate Tongan Language Week and acknowledge our awesome Tongan community this week. Find the resources on Ministry of Pasifika People. That's us. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same place. Ka kite, everyone. God bless. We love you.
Cool. Yeah.
Squad, baby. Rex, J. Sands. Oh, say I'm say you are complete to me, I get you. By the way that you move and the way that you smile. Say, oh my Dorima, baby, you be giving your hand, I'll take you anywhere. You give me something that I never had. Cause you care, but about to me and the family. Say, why you waiting on me to talk to you? Yeah, I'ma listen what y'all say. Yeah, don't move on in and come here. Yeah, they on the nail, to dirty wine, girl, dirty wine. Yeah, say, tama in and not the pipe, say.